Hey guys, welcome back. As always, my name is Lazar, and today we're going to be putting head-to-head up against each other some of the most fantastic primary Incarnon weapons in the game. We're talking about the Incarnon Braton Prime versus the Incarnon Burston Prime. And some of you are just curious, dude, which is better? I want to know which I should sink my resources into. Now, the answer isn't really all that simple, and I'll tell you exactly why that is. These weapons have been out a month and a half, and some of their evolutions are still bugged. Some of the weapons still don't fully function the way they're supposed to. So do I take into account bugs? It's been a month plus. Or do I not take into account bugs? I'm gonna make things very simple for you, however. More sustained DPS, the Burston. Yes, oddly enough, the sustained damage is better for the Burston, but the burst damage is higher and tougher on the Braton. Here's the truth, no matter which way you go, you're gonna get yourself a freaking amazing weapon that is fully capable of cutting through Warframe. Whatever level, whatever you want to do, you're gonna be able to do with either of these weapons, and you should definitely be excited and get both. Look at that. Go shot by shot, it's absolutely freaking hilarious. If you got a pack of enemies in front of you, open up like that. But outside of that, you can very easily annihilate whatever stands before you. And the weapon, especially with that specific Incarnon talent, handles like an absolute dream. That's the capture target, was a capture target. But here are some differences. Both of these weapons will be generating hitscan explosions, and that's the thing in Warframe. You don't see a whole lot of hitscan explosions. Normally when we get explosions, we get a projectile-based attack. The explosions on the two, however, are treated a little bit differently. And not taking bugs into account at the current time, what you gotta bear in mind is that the Braton has a 3-meter range with a 10% damage drop-off. Dude, 3 meters, not all that high. True, but the Burston has 2 meters worth of range with a 100% damage drop-off. And of course, since both of these weapons will be having explosions, area of effect, galvanized aptitude will not be applying its damage benefit. It's worth bearing in mind. But it's also worth bearing in mind that all of the damage instances that you put on your target will have 2 potential damage sources. You got a projectile making physical contact with a target, and then you got the explosion that we already talked about. I know what you're gonna say, dude, go for the critical stats. Which has better critical stats? And the honest truth is that, bugs taken into account now, both have fantastic base critical chance and base critical multiplier. And again, no matter which weapon you choose, you're gonna be able to cut through Warframe like a hot knife through butter, provided you have the correct build. You can do anything in the game with either of these two weapons. Not only are they powerful as all hell, but they're also extremely easy to use because you're talking about automatic hit scan attack. It doesn't really get any more easier than that. Recoil can be accounted for, you can mod for it, it doesn't really matter. They're easy to use, extremely efficient, and they also have big magazine capacities. The Burston Incarnon, however, pulls out ahead 600. What weapon in Warframe has a magazine of 600? Now granted, you gotta have your Incarnon weapon fully loaded, but that just takes 1 or 2 burst shots maximum. Go for headshots, which is easy. Again, we're talking about a hit scan weapon that basically has no recoil. 600 bullets. Now granted, I do use Revenant, and Revenant makes it easy for me, but you know what? Everything goes. It's Steel Path, so definitely use the setup that you like. Is there any point for me to tell you that this is just gonna destroy whatever stands before it? I mean, the only reason I'm here is just to make sure you guys believe this level of performance, and look at my bullets. 500 left, and I completely annihilated already, like, I don't know how many targets. As you can see, the weapon has no issue whatsoever in annihilating whatever stands before it. I do believe this is the capture target. If you want the sustain approach, go for the Burston. If you want the bursty approach, go for the Braton. And I know these two should be the other way around, but it's simply how it is right now. Essentially, this would be a standard build that is quite easily applicable to both weapons. Now, of course, you're not gonna have a Riven. I get you, no problem whatsoever. You can use a Bane mod instead, depending on what you're doing. If you're doing Circuit and you don't want Bane mods because you don't like them, like I'm not a fan, what you can do is also use something like more flat damage or more multi-shot, or in the case of the Braton, Prime Firestorm. It is worth using on that one. On the Burston, considering the base range of 2, I wouldn't go for it on this one. The question would be, how does this one scale? If you're interested in level cap gameplay, take the weapon, it will handle beautifully well. Now I also got some additional footage when it comes to Duviri Steel Path gameplay. The problem with me showing you something like that, you need to understand that in Duviri you got a big RNG element. Will you get the same setup as I did? Will you get the same Warframe, the same weapons, the same enemies, the same decrease? Probably not, but still, it's worth seeing how the weapon performs. As for normal steel path, yeah. Keep hunting for rune marrow because you will need it everywhere you look. Go for rune marrow. I ate them.
Found one.
I'm eating them. Steel path gameplay with the Braton. Actually, I can use this footage for the review. You can tell very easily in which form it is by the sound. I don't even need the whatchamacallem decrease. It's that good. We got Torment and I kept my magazine full because I want to see how many bullets it takes to actually kill Torment. And here it is. Here she is. Here it is. I don't know. It's a he or a she. And fire. There's something here. Went invulnerable. Beautiful. Fantastic. Easy mode, no problem whatsoever. I think it took around 80 bullets or something of the sort. Not that it actually matters. As you can see, you can spray. And no need to pray because the targets will be dying anyway. And I do believe, my friends, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, favorite, share, and subscribe only if you enjoyed the content. If you got any feedback for me, let me know in the comment section down below. I got full and detailed build guides for both of these weapons if you want to understand the whole shebang. Linked in the description, in the pinned comment, or in the cards, wherever. If you want them, you'll find them. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.